Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about when you've tried your best at manifesting and it hasn't worked. So if you're trying to manifest something in your life, so perhaps it's trying to manifest a successful business, perhaps you're trying to manifest love, perhaps you're trying to manifest money, okay? If these are some things that you're trying to manifest, it doesn't really matter what, but if it hasn't worked, then here are some suggestions that you can do to try and make it happen for you, but in a different way. So the meditating, the thinking positive, the feeling good hasn't worked out for you. So what can you do now? You've tried everything. So what I would say then is to forget about the metaphysical for a while and to focus on the physical things that you can do to help improve these areas and to try and manifest these things through the physical and not through the metaphysical. Okay, so you're focusing on things that you can do practically rather than meditating, thinking good, feeling good, visualizing, all the things that they tell you to do when it comes to manifesting and the law of attraction. So it's time to focus on the physical. So the physical might be, what action steps can I do today? Like, let's say you're trying to make more money. You think about, okay, so how can I make more money? Perhaps you need to start a side business if the money that you're getting from your income isn't enough. Or perhaps you already have a side business and you're trying to manifest more success in that. It's like, well, how can I make it more successful? What can I do? Perhaps I need to post more content. Perhaps I need to spend some money on marketing. Perhaps I need to be more consistent. Perhaps I need to do something every single day to try and make it better. So you've got to think on what are the physical things, what are some practical things that you can do. So what I would suggest that you do is get a piece of paper and ask yourself that question. What are some practical things I can do to make this happen for myself? So another thing that's really important about when you've tried to manifest and you feel like it's no longer working or it's not working at all and you've basically want to give up on the law of attraction is to let it go. Now, this is something that a lot of people talk about when it comes to manifesting and the law of attraction. But what I mean by this is that it doesn't mean that you give up. It doesn't mean that you give up on your goals. It doesn't mean that you give up on your dreams. It just means that now you're going more with the flow. Okay, instead of focusing on the outcome, you're now focusing instead on enjoying the process. So if you are trying to, like I said, manifest something in a business, then you're now focusing on the creative aspect of your business. You're now trying to think about how you can really do the best job that you possibly can with what you're doing, instead of focusing so much on the money or the outcome that you're trying to achieve. So now you're letting it go and you're now just trying to focus more on the art itself, trying to focus on the job itself, trying to focus on creating whatever it may be that you're trying to do. So one of the best things that I've seen that helps with this is figuring a way to be of service. So let's say you're trying to manifest this business, and you're trying to make more money. Then instead of focusing on your quotas, instead of focusing on what you're getting, start to focus on what you can give and what you can give to others, and ask other people what their quotas are instead of yours. So you've got to try and find a way to be of service and see what you can do for the other person, for your clients, for the people that are reading your blog, if you've got a blog or something like that, and that's something that you're trying to manifest. So how can you add value? Because by adding value, you then become more valuable. The more value you put out there that is valuable to others, the more other people are going to see you as valuable, and the more likely they're going to be giving you more money, the more likely that they're going to be giving you more attention. They're going to be looking at your stuff. They're going to be reading your blog posts. They're going to be reading your tweets. They're going to be visiting your website. They're going to be buying your products because they feel like they can trust you because you are putting out a good service. And a lot of the stuff that you may be having to give out is for free. Like, you could be giving out free advice. If someone emails you, you respond to them. Or it could be that you've got a YouTube channel and you're responding to their comments. Or perhaps it's that you are you've got a TikTok page and you respond to them, or perhaps you go out of your way to respond to others in forums that even aren't related to the pages that you may have that you're trying to make more successful. Okay, so it's all about adding value. The more value you add to the marketplace, the more valuable you become. So another thing that can really help with this in becoming more valuable is finding ways to get better every day at what you do. So you don't want to be in this position where you think you've got it, where you think you understand everything and you're an expert. It's always good to brush up on your skills, to reread those books that you love so much that may have helped you get to where you want to and helped you become an expert. So you refresh your memory. You got to make sure that you keep on refreshing your memory on the things that are important to you, important to your brand, important to the information that you're giving out, or whatever it is, right? You got to be trying to brush up on those skills. And you may also want to be looking at new content that is being created by others to help you fill in those knowledge gaps that you may have about different things, and essentially find better ways to get things done as well, because that can also help. How can I become more efficient? That's a good question to ask yourself. How can I give more to others? How can I become more valuable? What lessons do I need to learn? What are my blind spots and how can I fill those? What are the knowledge gaps that I have and how can I fill those knowledge gaps so that I can be more well-rounded, so I can become even more of an expert in my field and become not just an expert but a master? Right? How can I learn more? How can I gain more wisdom so I can add even more value? What are some of the books that I need to be reading? What are some of the articles that I need to be reading? What are the magazines I need to be reading? What are the blog posts that I need to be reading? Who is at the level that I would really like to be at in this field that I'm trying to manifest for myself? What do they talk about? What do they do? How can I emulate it and put my own spin on it? Because of course you don't want to be copying other people's work. You want to be discovering what other people are doing that is working, but you also want to be putting your own spin on it so it's more unique. So it's really important then that you become more valuable. Okay, and you do that by studying more, finding out more knowledge. Okay, so another thing that really helps if you've been trying to manifest something and it hasn't been happening, like I've said to like focus on the physical, focus on physical, practical things that you can do. And instead of trying to use the law of attraction, instead use the law of probability. Now, if you think of the law of probability in dating, which is one of the other things that I talk about on the internet, I have another YouTube channel, which is a lot more bigger than this one, where I talk about dating. But in dating, when you're using the law of probability and you're trying to find a mate, basically the more people that you go on a date with, the more people that you start talking to, the more likely you're going to find someone who you really like and they really like you. And you can apply that to pretty much everything. So for example, you're trying to manifest a successful blog, then you got to put out content. You got to put out more content, because the more things you put out, the more likely it is that you could get a viral hit that could actually change your financial situation or change the popularity of your blog. Okay, and you can maybe apply that to other things as well. So let's say you've got a shop with like an e-commerce shop that you're trying to become successful. You've got some products that you really like to shift and sell. So well, maybe you've got to double your marketing. Maybe you've got to pay for paid ads, so people go to your website and you get more clicks and things like that. There's things that you can do. What can you do to like 10x your success in these areas? And things like that can really help. You've got to be putting out attempt after attempt after attempt. And if you keep on doing that, the law of probability, you'll get some hits. You'll get there, right? And if you go actually and do look at my dating channel, you'll see that I've got about 25k subscribers on that channel. And it's taken me a long time to get there, right? It's been about 4 years, and I've only just got to 25k, but I didn't give up. Okay, I kept on making videos, making content, putting it out there, publishing it, right? And eventually I've got to the stage where I'm now at a pretty good level on the YouTube front. Obviously, I'd still like to grow more, because you might as well, right? Why not? So you just got to keep on putting out attempt after attempt, and you will eventually get there. Sometimes it can be slow, sometimes it can be tedious, sometimes it can be annoying, but eventually you will get to where you want to be. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally, and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.